Here.
Mr. Stewart?
Here.
Ms. Buckles?
Here.
Mr. Gross? Mr. Signa? Here. President Reeves?
Here. Prayer led by Mr. Bolton, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance.
Dear Lord, we pray that you watch over and protect our police officers, our emergency responders, military, borough employees, and our residents. Lord, we pray that you heal our sick and watch over our elderly. Please, Lord, guide our decisions as council so that we make the best decisions to better the future of this community. Amen.
Amen. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
There was an executive session held here tonight before this meeting, council at 6 p.m. to discuss personnel and legal issues. Also yesterday, the United Methodist Church hosted a local government Sunday, and public officials and our families were invited, which Councilman Signa, Councilwoman Buckus and her family, Councilwoman Hall and her family, and myself and Alan. I miss anything? That was it, right? Attended the service. We're greatly appreciative to Pastor Thomas. Under new business, tonight we'll be appointing Mr. Thomas Gaffney as Borough Manager. We'll also be appointing Mr. Thomas Gaffney as the Right to Know Officer. Resolution 1-19, authorized bank signers. Resolution 2-19, 2019 personnel salaries. Resolution 3-19, 2015 International Property Maintenance Code. Permission to advertise ordinance 663-2019, which is for police chaplain. Approval of the 2019 Borough Holiday Schedule. Approval of the General Code Estimate for codification updates. Acceptance of the letter of resignation of Mr. William Bolton from the zoning hearing board. Appointment of the zoning hearing board members. Decision on Comcast Care Day. Approval of minutes for December 18th, 2018. Approval of minutes for January 7th, 2019. Mr. Gaffney, are you prepared to read the treasurer's report?
I have it.
You have it, Mark? Okay, go ahead.
Treasurer's report for the month of December 2018. General Fund Sharon Bank balance $148,632.31. Sewer Fund balance of Beneficial Bank $21,989.08. Liquid Fuel Fund balance of Beneficial Bank $53,347.37. Beautification Fund Sharon Bank $3,301. And the Fire Truck Fund in Sharon Bank $15,980.01 for a total of $243,248.78.
John, the code enforcement report?
Code enforcement report for the month of December 2018. Total number of inspections performed 80. Total number of work stop order violation citations issued 0. Total number of work permits issued 22. Total number of licenses issued 10. Total amount of fees received $20,930.83.
Thank you. Chief, police report?
Police report for December 2018, 354 calls of service for a total of 49 for the year. Citations 41 for a total of 1386 for the year. Accidents 6 for a total of 94 for the year. Thefts 20 for a total of 227. Park citation 14 for a total of 762 for the year. Criminal arrest 26 for 333.
Anybody here for the fire report? Got it, Mark?
Yeah. Eddystone Fire Company 2018 Fire EMS report. Total alarms 232, day 106, night 126. Total members responding 1,302, an average of 5.6 persons per call. EMS total calls for service 494, total transported to hospital 244, total QRS response 33, total scratches 123.
And engineers report, Lisa.
Thank you. I do have a copy of my report available. The sanitary sewer project is completed. I have the final invoice, which will be paid by the county. That amount is $5,348.50. We will have to do new signature cards to do the change in personnel. The playground update, best I can tell you is that the playground equipment has been ordered. And at this point, we're waiting to hear, we've asked the playground consultant to give us some sort of an idea of when the equipment will be shipping, and they're now will give us a schedule based on that. So we're working on that. The Pico Green region, I do need to get cancel checks, and I need the hours so that we can determine that $5,000 match and get the final report over to the Natural Resource Trust for that Pico Green region grant. We did have a preliminary plan submitted, although the submission was not complete, in the development of the Fomex site, the former Fomex site, into 2 warehouse buildings, rather large buildings. Planning on demolishing all the buildings and put 2 large warehouses. The historic marker, I know that Mrs. Gross has been a little under the weather. When I last emailed her, we're gonna get it together.
Did she call you? Because I sent you her.
No, I actually reached out to her, and we had some email conversation. When I did talk to her, she was going into stop testing, so I haven't spoken to her since that point. I figured I needed to give her some time. I'm not sure when her surgery was.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
But we do have to move on that shortly. I did give her a sketch a while back, so one that, as you and I spoke, we put the marker in. It would just be an area that would be mulched, and then at some point in time, we could expand on that, just to get the marker in and with the funds that we're otherwise, I can report general progress. I've submitted 2 applications for community development block grant. We'll cover your back those and
Any update on the Dunkin' Donuts, other than?
I actually sent an email over to Bill Kuchik, who was the consultant for that project, to see where they stand, because I had sent probably 3 months ago, sent something over to their traffic consultant, and he said that he was waiting for the owner to get back to him, so I figured I might as well try to see where that's going.
Anything else, Lisa?
That's all I have, thank you.
Public comment. Mr. Wilson, please state your name and address.
My name is Glenn Wilson. I live at 1251 East 11th Street, Eddystone. I wanted to ask a couple of questions and point out a couple of things about the change in borough management. And Mr. Gaffney, any apologies, we've never met or spoken, so it's nothing personal whatsoever. I would like to point out that there's an ordinance that defines what the borough manager's responsibilities are, and that ordinance also specifies the process that should be used for appointing a new borough manager, and I'm going to read that to you. It's 24-12 under qualifications. The borough manager shall be chosen solely on the basis of his or her executive and administrative qualifications, with special consideration given to his or her training, education, and/or experience in municipal management. And to me, that sounds like the borough, the council, is required to talked to multiple candidates for this position and to choose the most qualified person for the position.
Excuse me, I don't mean to cut you off, but this decision was the decision of Possenti Consulting, who we appointed to be our borough manager, our treasurer. They're the ones that do the hiring and firing, not the borough.
The borough, on your agenda for tonight, is appointing this person to be borough manager, and that's what I'm talking about.
Correct, through Possenti Consulting.
No, no, they have no authority to appoint somebody borough manager of our town. You have that authority and the responsibility to do it in accordance with your own ordinances. And I'm
And
saying,
also contracted out Possenti Consulting.
and I'm saying that I think if you go ahead and change borough managers without following the ordinance, that you're probably gonna be in violation of the law at some level. I know Mr. Gaffney right now is listed as Chief Code Enforcement Officer at Darby Borough. And he's listed in the employee directory, so I assume that he's an employee of Darby Borough?
No,
No?
Mr.
No?
Gaffney's right here, I'm sure you could
Right.
ask him a question. I mean, this is public comment, Glenn, it's not question and answers.
I know. Well, I'm pointing that out, that it sounds to me, as he resigned from that position?
I have no idea.
Well, shouldn't council know, you know, who the borough manager, how many jobs the borough manager has before they start here? Because one of the problems we have here is that under the Possenti system, we have no idea how many hours the borough manager is putting in on borough work for Eddystone Borough. And,
Glenn,
You
the
know-
whole reason why we got a new borough manager is because you, month after month, you came up here and complained that our manager didn't put in enough hours. Now we get somebody that is gonna put in the hours, and you're up here complaining again.
Karen, I'm talking about procedures, and I'm talking about the law.
Well, Glenn, you talk
And-
about procedures, what about
Karen.
what about the ordinance we have about working on your car on the street? You do it all the time.
Karen, it's public comment, I have the floor. If you want
Not
to
for
attack
long.
me on personal things,
Joe, could you please explain to Mr. Wilson your process for hiring?
excuse me,
borough
I am
manager?
not done with my public comment, I have the floor.
Asking.
I have the floor. Do I have the floor or do I not have the
You have the
floor?
floor for about another minute.
Part of the problem that we've had here is that when we have a Possenti person, whether they're in this office or not, we don't know if they're working on Eddystone business or Darby Borough business or some other business. That's the same situation with our treasurer. Our treasurer has 7 different towns he's being treasurer for. You know, we have never known how many hours Tim Possenti put in working for this borough. We have never known that. We have never known whether it was 5 hours a week, 20 hours a week. All we knew was what didn't get done.
And I can assure you that Mr. Possenti got done what had to get done. Okay.
I'll tell you what, I've said what I'm gonna say. And I'll just say to the members of council who are gonna vote on this, that I don't believe that any of you have seen a resume. I don't think you guys you ought to be hiring somebody who has been a borough manager before. We need a professional borough manager in here, not just somebody to hold the place. And I'm not saying that Mr. Gaffney is not a good man. I'm not even saying that Tim Possenti was not capable of doing an excellent job here. However, I will say that you can't do this borough manager job on a part-time basis without any supervision whatsoever by Borough Council, and that's what's happened in the past. And I'm done with my comments.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Dave Riley,
Dave Riley, 1309.
come up to the podium, please. Dave. Oh, I'm sorry, you're having trouble.
No,
I'm
it's
sorry, I'm
all
sorry,
right.
I'm sorry.
I'm fine. 1309 East 11th Street. Nancy, I'm sorry for your loss,
Thank you.
but this is what we didn't want to happen. Nobody in this town should have to wait 7 minutes for an ambulance.
Okay. First of all, I'll let you make your comment. Go ahead.
We have to come and fix this problem. God forbid somebody has to call 911 for their parents, for their child, and Eddystone ambulance is not in service. This is not back in the 90s when we had the volunteers we had, where we were fighting to get on ambulance, fighting to get on fire trucks. We don't have the volunteers. One person's too much. We have to fix this problem and fix it sooner than later. And that's all I have.
We'll take it under advisement. Andy, you wanna say something?
I just want to say I have no complaints with the care that was given to my husband. I did lose my husband. I'd like to thank everyone for their love and support, the kindness that we've been shown during this time. But I have no complaints with the medical service that my husband received. That's all I have to say.
No other public comment?
Claire Wilson, 1251 East 11th Street. I just wanted to say that the History Committee meets Thursday, and it may be that we can address the questions.
The marker questions?
The marker questions.
Are you gonna be meeting at Beth's house?
Yes.
Okay, yes, if you don't,
I think that's on her agenda,
okay,
but I would let her know that you're concerned that we need to do it in a timely manner.
What
Yes.
time is that meeting at?
What's that?
What time is that meeting?
6:30?
Okay, I can double
At
check
Beth's
with
house.
that.
I
Sure.
can give you Beth's.
Okay, thank you.
I think you have it.
I do, I'll check.
If no other public comment, we'll move on to action items. Council, I need a motion to appoint Thomas Gaffney as Borough Manager.
Madam President, I'd like to make a motion to appoint Thomas Gaffney as Borough Manager.
Motion made, seconded, all in favor?
Madam President, can we ask a couple questions, please?
Sure.
Hello, Mr. Gaffney, how are you doing, sir?
Good, how
I'm
are
sorry
you?
that I was not here last week to meet you. Could you just give us a few minutes to tell us a little bit about yourself, what your experiences are in municipal government, what qualifications you have to be a borough manager, just...
You want me to answer that?
He's a borough manager.
You want me to answer that?
Can I answer? Yeah, go ahead, answer. I have 4 years of experience as finance director of Lower Southampton Township in Bucks County. I was code officer in Darby Borough for 5 years, chief code officer, assistant borough manager, zoning officer for the last 13 years.
Thank you.
I have over 17 years of municipal experience.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Your motion was made and seconded to appoint Mr. Gaffney as Borough Manager. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it. I need a motion to appoint Mr. Gaffney as the Right to Know Officer.
Madam President, I'd like to make a motion to appoint Thomas Gaffney as the Right to Know Officer to make part of the
I second that motion.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Madam President, just a few questions. Mr. Gaffney, can you just give me just kind of a little overview of what you believe a right to know officer's duties and responsibilities are as they serve the borough?
Duties and responsibilities. It's the Open Policy Records Act. Any application that comes in, I have to act on it. Is there anything else?
There's a motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it. Need a motion to approve Resolution 1-19 to authorize bank signers.
Madam President, I'd like to make a motion to approve Resolution 1-19, authorizing bank signatures to make part of the campaign.
I second that.
Motion made, seconded to approve Resolution 1-19, authorize bank signers. All in favor?
Madam President, just a quick question, and maybe it might be a verification from Mr. Joseph Possenti. Prior to taking action on the resolution, just want to make sure that Mr. Gaffney is properly bonded to sign on behalf of the borough. or whether he's an umbrella under Joe's
He'd be an
bond.
umbrella.
He'd be under Joe's bond.
He's not doing the deposits or handling the money, so he's not required to be bonded to sign checks. He's just considered a second signature on checks.
So he'd be the
So
second
he'd be the
signature.
second signature on checks, so he's not required for the bond, as would be the treasurer.
I have no other questions.
Okay, motion made, seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it. Motion to approve resolution 2-19, it's the 2019 personnel salaries.
Madam President, I'd like to make a motion to approve resolution 2019 personnel salaries and make part of the record.
Motion made, seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Aye, aye.
Here we are.
Ayes have it.
Aye. Aye.
All right, motion to approve the 3-19, 2015 IPMC, which is, Mark, yeah, you wanna, what is it?
It's the International Property Maintenance Code. John and Evan, sorry. They've been utilizing a lot of the old ordinances, especially John with the grass and everything else. So we've talked to John, Tom actually had a long conversation with John and asked John how he felt about the 2015 International Property Maintenance Code, which John, you're still okay with it, right?
Yeah.
So basically, it covers everything from, posting buildings for condemnation, unfit, it's utilized for sanitation, grass, trash, rubbish, and everything. So it will cover everything, violations, plumbing, and everything else. So it'll cover everything, it'll override some of your ordinances, but it'll still use the 8 inches for high grass and everything else. So basically, all you're gonna do tonight is just adopt the 2015 version of the International Property Maintenance Code.
And that's the most updated one, correct?
That's the most updated currently. It's part of the Uniform Construction Code.
Okay.
That's what I wanted to know. if it
Is that for
was
snow removal too?
Yes.
Yes.
Is that gonna be published? Are the E-code 360s gonna be updated? I think we used to have an ordinance about a 5-foot grass limit, and I believe that was never
It was
published.
changed to an 8.
Oh, I know,
8-inch.
but that one's not available to the public in any
We're
way.
discussing that later in the agenda.
Okay.
Will this supersede any borough ordinance?
319.
Yes, and it's stronger.
More restrictive.
More restrictive.
Resolution -3-19, 2015 IPMC, make part of the record.
Motion made, seconded, to approve resolution 3-19 for the 2015 IPMC codes. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it. Motion to approve the 2019 borough holiday schedule. Oh, sorry. Motion to advertise ordinance 663-2019, which is for police chaplain. We're taking out the one named police chaplain and leaving it open because there's several
Yes.
churches in the town. Ed, do you wanna?
Yeah, any clergyman, whether it be from St. Rose or from Methodist Church or from any church in town, wants to become a chaplain for the municipality police department, they have to attend a training class, and continue ed classes, so they can help us make death notifications, or if we go to someone's house and there's a problem, we can say, hey, we have someone you might be able to speak with. And they'll work as a committee to come out and help the residents of town and help the officers or EMS people if they have some type of a problem.
Okay. With that being said, may I have a motion to advertise ordinance 663-2019 for police chaplain?
Madam President, I'd like to make a motion to advertise ordinance number 663-2019.
I'll second that.
Motion made and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it. Motion to approve the 2019 borough holiday schedule. The borough holiday schedule mirrors the county for full-time employers. for full-time employees.
Madam President, I'd like to make a motion to approve the 2019 Borough holiday schedule and make part of the minutes.
Second.
Motion made, seconded, all in favor?
Madam President, just a quick question. You mentioned that the holiday schedule is for full-time borough
Well,
employees.
I need to, let me correct myself there. It's for all of the employees, but the full-time are the only ones paid for the holidays.
I know that in 2018, there was some holidays that were extended to our EMS staff. Our EMS staff is no longer going to be compensated for the, I think it was 3 or 4 major holidays that were agreed upon in 2018.
All EMS issues are on hold for right now.
Why can't that be answered?
We're in litigation. I'm not answering anything about the EMTs.
We're not allowed to.
That, I don't think that has to do with the litigation.
It has a lot to do with it.
Has a lot to do with it. So there's a motion on the floor.
So just to be clear, before we do take a vote, the 2019 holiday schedule is for full-time employees only. And then a separate action would potentially need to be taken if in the future we decide to extend major holidays to our EMT staff.
Do that, has to do with contract. It all depends what happens.
I thought they had
So the
them
answer
last
is
year.
that at this time,
At
there
this
is
time.
gonna be no holidays
Absolutely
extended
zero.
to
The EMTs.
EMTs.
Correct.
So that's a change, correct? That's a change from 2018? In 2018, they were paid for holidays, and in 2019, they will not be paid for
Why are you
holidays?
yelling out in a meeting? You don't have the floor. I have the floor. I have a motion made, seconded. Somebody second it?
Yeah, second.
I will second that. I just want to clarify, so we're approving the holiday dates that are listed here,
Correct.
not who gets paid them.
Correct.
Thank you. I approve.
No, we are approving who gets them. All of our full-time,
That's
all
not
of
what we're
our,
voting on right now, who gets
That's
paid
why I
on them.
just
We're
said I
getting
had to
voted-
clarify
We're
that.
voting on the dates that.
Borough offices are closed for,
borough
the holiday
offices,
schedule.
all borough offices will be closed, and all full-time borough employees
all
will receive
employees
this.
will be off that day.
All employees will be off, however, the full-time employees are the only ones that are compensated for the day. Correct?
Okay. There's a motion made, seconded. All in favor?
Are you confused?
Yes,
Man,
just
I'd
talk in
say-
a circle.
No, maybe saying we're only approving
The dates,
The
the
dates.
calendar, that's what we're voting on.
This is the holiday schedule we're
Right,
following.
Right,
Correct.
thank
Correct.
you.
So a motion's made and seconded, correct?
Correct.
All in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Motion to approve the codification ordinance update. Mark?
Right, yes, thank you.
That's all. So you're approving an estimate from general code, which will roughly cost about $2,500 to $2,900 to update your code books, which would be an update to your E-code, printing all the supplemental pages to update all the code, zoning books and everything else. Make sure that nothing's remove or repeal or supersede any provisions. And if there's any conflicts or issues or questions, they'll bring that to the attention of the municipality to get that all cleared up and everything. So you're basically recodifying your ordinance books. So that's what you're approving tonight. I think it's been a little while since you did it.
Right, exactly.
About 5 years.
Okay. They can be updated, once we get them, once we get that done, they can all be put on the website, correct? Okay. Go ahead, Steve.
Madam President, I'd like to make a motion to approve the codification for this update of our department minutes.
I second that.
Motion made, and seconded. All in favor to approve the codification ordinance update?
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it. I have in my hand dated December 18th, 2018. Dear Eddystone Borough Council, please accept this letter as official notification of my resignation from my position as chairman of the Eddystone Zoning Board, effective December 18th, 2018. Thank you for the opportunity to serve on the Eddystone Zoning Board. I look forward to further serving the community and the opportunity given to me to serve as a member of Eddystone Council. And it's signed sincerely, William Bolton. Thank you, Board.
Thank you, Bill Bolton.
Yeah, I need a motion to accept the resignation of
motion.
Mr. Bolton
Madam
from the zoning board.
I motion to accept the resignation of Bill Bolton from the zoning board.
Motion made, seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it. Now I need a motion to appoint a zoning hearing board member to replace Mr. Bolton.
I'd like to make a motion to appoint Rachel Walker.
I'll second.
Motion made, seconded to appoint Rachel Walker to the zoning hearing board. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it. Comcast Cares Day, Mark.
You guys approved your franchise agreement, and in that agreement, there was two things. Jen Boyd, I wanted to let you know that the grant check that you guys were approved for will be coming shortly. The holidays pushed back their processing there at Comcast, so that'll be coming shortly. That's for whatever you guys want to do with that one, that grant check. And then Comcast Cares Day this year will be Saturday, May 4th, 2019. So they said they can do something at a school, a park, community center, etc. They can do light painting projects, paint a bench, picnic table, etc. Painting walls gets a little hairy, she says. They can do landscaping, raking, picking up sticks, mulching, planting flowers, clean windows, change light bulbs, build picnic benches, or similar tasks. She's hoping that they'll have enough for about 100 volunteers for 4 hours. So if it's, but if you want less, that's fine. She can make a trip out here late January or early February to see what you guys want to do. So maybe you guys can put some thoughts together and we can come up with something early February. And I can email her and get her out here to meet with somebody and walk where you guys want to do the project, or take a walk with her, and then we'll get it scheduled. But it is, you can't change the date. That's the day they do everything.
Okay.
So, but it's Saturday, May 4th.
2019.
Okay.
So, and then they usually give you a little bit more money again that day too. So. I think it was like two.
It was 4,000.
I think so.
It's like three.
I remember it was in that ballpark.
It's like 3,000 or 4,000.
Oh, it's 4,000.
And it's not, that's whatever you want, you can do with that. We'll just send you a check.
Okay.
All right?
Okay, so I need a motion to make Saturday, May 4th, 2019.
No, that was just really an update. It's just, I need you guys to think about a project that you want to do with that. So remember, you're gonna have about 100 people for 4 hours, so you might get a fun on a couple areas, yeah, so.
No.
Street lines, there you go.
Maybe try to get like an answer by the workshop in February, so we can email her and get her out here in February to walk the site.
Okay.
All right? All right.
Okay, yep. Sounds good. Thank you, Mark.
Sure.
I need a motion to approve the minutes of December 18th, 2018.
Madam President, I'd like to make a motion to approve all the minutes of December 18th, 2018, as made part of the minutes.
I second that.
The motion made and seconded to approve the minutes of December 18th, 2018. All in favor?
Madam President, just a quick question before we take the vote. I know there was some confusion, Mark, about the police pension and the payment that the borough made. I don't know if you've had an opportunity to talk to Joe, or if Joe's still in the back, and I know it caused Mandy to vote no on the approval of the budget. How much do we owe as a municipality to the police pension in order to become current?
I'd get the answer from Judy.
I wish it was $49,000
For 2007.
for 2017.
That's 2019.
How about, is that for, how about for 18?
Ed, good
How about
job.
for- How about for 18?
Ed, good job.
So we do owe 2018. And 2018 was due the 31st of December, 2018?
Yep.
Councilman Stewart had a question for you.
Where do we stand with the police pension
Not
and the
too,
payments that we've?
Can you come
I
forward?
made $175,000 at the end of the year, so that was short about $75,000 for this year. So we're looking at about $250 to $275 that's still outstanding.
250 to 275,000.
Yeah.
We still,
Yeah, for 2018, 2019. And we just got a check in today for $133,000 that wasn't budgeted because the chocolate factory sold for $26 million. So a lot of the council said we're gonna have a lot of money. I'm hoping to have it all caught up at the end of the year. And being late, we pay extra interest goes into the fund. There's not a penalty. You just pay interest like a loan, but you have, it goes to the police pension fund. That's the only problem we get. You have to pay a little additional interest for not paying it on time.
It's a
What goes to the
penalty.
individuals?
You get police pension benefits from it, yeah.
so the 250 to 270, 250,000 to 275,000, that was due the 31st of December 2018.
Yeah,
So we should have paid that last year.
Yeah, we paid some of it, we just couldn't pay all of it, and it carried over to this year. And I paid, the majority of that down, the 175 was applied to 2018. So we wouldn't pay any more interest on the older loan, or the older amount, so.
2017, 2018 is completely paid now. I know that was an audit finding.
Yeah, 17 is completely paid, yeah. In 18, we applied it to 175,000 towards it.
So that audit finding has now been cleared up.
The one of them did, yeah.
But we still have the finding of not paying 2018, 2019 on time.
That'll be a finding in the next audit.
Yes.
There's a motion made, seconded to approve the minutes of December 18, 2018 on the floor. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it. Need a motion to approve the workshop minutes of 1/7/19.
Make a motion to approve the workshop minutes of 1/7/2019.
Motion made, seconded. All in favor to approve the minutes of the workshop meeting from last week?
Aye.
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 Madam President, I will abstain on the fact that I was not present at the workshop meeting.
Okay. So that's 5-1, Mark. I need a motion to approve the treasurer's report.
Abstain would be a
It's
no
five,
vote.
it's
Would just
5-0, it's
be-
5-0
It's
with one
five.
abstention.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just, he just didn't vote.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
like that.
It's a five.
Person here, so she didn't vote.
Right, okay. I need a motion to approve the treasurer's report that was read by Mr. Possenti for December 2018.
Madam President, I make a motion to approve the treasurer's report for the month of December 2018, as presented by Mr. President, and made part of the family trust.
Motion made, seconded. All in favor?
Just a very quick question, Mr. Vicente, and I'm sure you're anticipating the question is where do we stand with the financial audits for 2016 and 2017?
16 is done, and then John Hanna called me today. I'll read you his text message. Hi, Mark, hope all is well. Give me a call tomorrow to discuss setting up the audits for Eddystone.
So that will be for 17?
17.
And we're probably gonna try to rock right into 18 too.
Okay.
And we get it all caught up.
There's a motion made and seconded to approve the treasurer's report for the month of December 2018. All in favor?
Madam President, I'll continue to be a no vote on the treasurer's report until we are up to date on our annual financial audits.
Okay. Need a motion to approve the cash receipts and disbursements journal for the month of December 2018 as presented by Mr. Possenti.
Madam President, I'd like to make a motion to approve the cash receipts and disbursements journal for the month of December
Motion made second, all in favor?
Madam President, just a quick comment. Mr. Gaffney, this would be an issue from your predecessor. I believe it was in June of last year, the borough took action to purchase a property at 1306 East 12th Street. At that time, I had asked Mr. Tim Possenti to provide a copy of the agreement of sale as well as a copy of the canceled check and the notation in the cash receipts and disbursements journal showing that $60,000 expenditure. Prior to his departure, Mr. Tim Possenti did provide me a copy of the agreement of sale, but I have not yet seen the canceled check. Tim had verified that, we did pay in full the previous property owner for the $60,000. And I also haven't seen where it shows in the cash receipts and disbursements journal from last year. So if you could do a little bit of research and provide those two pieces of information to me, I would greatly appreciate it. And Madam President, I'll continue to be a no vote on the cash and receipts and disbursements journal until that information is provided to me.
You got that, Mark?
I got it.
All right, motion to approve the code enforcement report for the month of December 2018 is presented by Mr. Lyman.
Madam President, portion of the month of December 2018, as presented by John Lyman, report in 10 minutes.
I'll second it.
Motion made seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
That will be an aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it. Motion to approve the police report for the month of December 2018 is presented by Chief Machewski.
Madam President, I'd like to make a motion to approve the report, as proposed by Chief Macheski.
Second.
Motion made seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
That will be an aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it. Motion to approve the fire report for the month of December 2018 is presented by Mr. Possenti.
Make a motion to accept the fire report as presented by Mr. Possenti for 2018.
I'll second that.
Motion made seconded, all in favor?
Madam President, just a quick question prior to the casting of the vote. Any update of where we stand with the new fire apparatus?
The fire truck?
Fire truck,
It's here.
is it here?
Chief's gonna bring it up at the beam.
Okay, terrific.
Consent.
Okay. There's a motion made seconded to accept the fire report for December 2018. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it. Motion to approve the engineer's report is presented by Mr. Tanya.
I can make a motion to accept the engineer's report as read by Ms. Katani for December 2018.
Motion made and seconded, all in favor?
Madam President, just a few quick questions, and I'm leafing to the report real quick. Ms. Catania, it's my understanding when it comes to the welcome signs, that those welcome signs have all been fabricated, the contractor is currently storing them, and the installation of those signs is continued upon the borough getting easement agreements, correct?
That is correct.
Do we have any of the easement agreements, or are we looking for?
The easement agreements are prepared and they were sent, but with a letter basically saying, if you have a problem getting them notarized, call me and we'll work something out.
Okay.
So that's where it's at. But we only have 3. Those one, I believe, is a property that we didn't need an easement for, if I'm not mistaken, no? Okay, now go back and check.
Super, Exelon, Stan.
Right, the man on the corner with the car place, yeah.
His last
Mhm.
name, I apologize.
That's okay.
And Eddystone Crossing.
Okay, so the one that I'm missing is Exelon, which was originally something else.
We were trying to figure out where you left
All right, I might have a little trouble finding something in there unless you know who I can get in touch with.
Blackburn.
What's his
I
last
think she
name?
was here, she was at one of the meetings we had.
What's the
No,
last name?
no,
So
no.
I'm still not getting him.
Joe Blackburn is Pico, but his counterpart, he had said he was gonna reach out to her. She was here at one of the meetings when they wanted to build the building.
And what's her name? Oh, you count, he'll know, okay, thank you.
I have a question for Lisa. Hi, you said that, you submitted a sketch to Beth for approval,
Yes.
but he just asked if they're already fabricated?
No, this is for the welcome signs.
Okay, two
There's
different
4
things.
welcome signs that were part of the community development block grant. And we
Okay.
got the street blade signs, and the 4 signs have been fabricated. They've been in a warehouse for probably a good 6 months now. And obviously the contractor wants to have
Once they
them.
get them out then.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
they're taking up space, so his responsibility is to install them as well.
Okay.
We weren't going to install the 4th one, which was at 9th Street, super property. However, I am told, and I asked Colleen this morning, as a matter of fact, to have somebody go over to make sure the PennDOT's completed whatever repairs they're doing to that, to the bridge, because that was the one we weren't going to do.
Correct.
So we had not given them a change order to just furnish but do not install. So we'll have them install that 4th one as well.
Okay, thank you.
With the historical marker, and I don't know if this is for Madam President, have we submitted to the Pennsylvania Museum and Historical Commission the final wording on the bronze plaque? Because I know that we need to have approval of the verbiage from the Pennsylvania Museum and Historical Commission prior to the fabrication. And I know that fabrication is a long lead time. I remember being involved in the whole submittal process. And I think that I want to say it's going to be at least 6 weeks, if not longer, for getting in line at the foundry. So have we made that submittal yet for final verbiage?
I will contact, Mrs. Gross, because I know she was working with Mr. Possenti.
Okay, because I know that there was a sunset date as well. I think it was 18 months after the time they approved
I had
the
spoken to that.
placement of the
I had
marker.
spoken to that lady, what's her name? From the historical place, and the last time I spoke to her was about 2 months ago. She said we had that. So, but I do know that, Tim and Beth were working on that.
In regards to the Pico Green Region grant, I see that we're looking to do our final billing on that. Is the track's done.
Been done.
It's not final billing. We've already received the check. What we have to provide to Natural Lands Trust is a final.
You gotta close it out. You gotta close out the grant.
Close it out, correct.
Okay. Who's taking the lead on that? Is that Ms. Catania's gonna take the lead on that, or is that gonna be Mr. Gaffney's?
Well, Lisa just told, Mr. Gaffney what she needed, so.
I can complete it. I've done several of them. I just need the hours and the hourly rate from your highway worker.
Just need the backup.
Right.
That's what you asked it for earlier.
Is that, yeah.
Okay.
I already have the photos that we need. There's some other questions that they asked that are pretty simple. Where are we thanking Pico? And I have to get a marker from Pico. They supplied them, just a little sign that says it was completed with the funds. But I would put that right on the fence at Goddard when we finish Goddard.
Okay, yep, that's fine.
And Sandy, wasn't playing on my phone. I was actually looking for something for your Exelon.
You have a contact from Phil?
Yes. Her first name is Jeannie, Jeannie, Liggett, Liggett.
Okay, thank
She
you.
was actually at our Dunkin' Donuts and she hit me on LinkedIn, so I'll share that
Okay,
LinkedIn
that's
with you.
helpful,
So that
thanks.
I won't put her phone number out publicly so that everybody will be calling her tomorrow morning. I might have her cell number because I know it was important to her to get the approval for their, in front of the planning commission, so.
All right, thank you.
I think that's all I have in regards to one other thing, I'm sorry, Lisa. The 2019 Community Development Block Grant application, I believe the deadline has already passed. Were you able to submit on behalf of the borough? And the two projects that were submitted were?
The Eddystone Avenue sanitary sewer rehabilitation and this, why my brain just went.
The plan, the comprehensive plan, I think.
Comprehensive zoning.
Comprehensive plan slash zoning ordinance updates.
Okay, so that's all submitted and we're just crossing our fingers hoping to get some type of funding.
There was a question that I think all of council, that arose with all of council, and when we asked for we were given the opportunity for which projects we would like to select, Mr. Stewart said that he spoke to you, and one of the ones that you recommended was the town hall, or the town center project.
Chester Pike Town Center.
Nobody,
Last year, yeah, it was a
nobody
last
on
year.
council here knows anything about a comprehensive town center project.
Last year, we had put in, was it last year or 2 years ago? We had put in an application, it was on the list, I believe, an application requesting a study be done for a town center. And I believe it was Chester Pike and Simpson, if I recall correctly.
Simpson or Seville?
Was it Seville?
I think it was Seville.
Then it was Seville.
I mean, why would we have I was gonna say, if our municipal building's here, why would we have a town center, like,
Yeah,
we're in,
yeah.
just asking.
Yeah, but no, and it's done quite often. For those of you who may know Prospect Park Borough, we did a town center study. And with that town center study, we were able to get $1.3 million in grant money to do the streetscape that you see. The new lights, the benches, the landscaping, new sidewalks. That was the result of the study. So when you do a master plan, it gives you the opportunity to get additional points for any of the grants you're doing, because they're looking at it that you have a vision, you have a plan together, and you're going to be doing specific parts of that plan.
Thank you for explaining that. So there's a motion made and seconded on the floor to accept Lisa's report. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it.
You need a, you need a, I'm sorry.
Hold on, I got two.
You need a motion to approve the engagement / fee agreement for labor and employment legal services of the law firm Campbell, Durant, Beatty, Palumbo, and Miller, P.C.
Okay, that's John level.
You need a motion to approve that.
Okay, I need a motion to approve, what's the name of it?
The engagement fee
The engagement
agreement.
fee for, John
For-
Level. Yeah,
It's Campbell, Durant, Beatty, Palumbo, and Miller, P.C.
I know it was Campbell Durant, yeah. Did you make the motion? You make the motion to approve the fee? Or Campbell Durant?
I would like to make a motion to approve the engagement fee for Campbell Durant, PC.
I'll second.
Motion made, seconded, to approve the engagement fee for Campbell Durant. Beatty and, PC. Huh? Palumbo and Miller. John McLaughlin.
Columbo or Palumbo?
Palumbo.
Palumbo, not Palumbo.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Madam President,
I
prior
feel like
to
I'm
you
gonna Three Stooges.
asking for a vote on the, in what manner is this firm representing the borough? In what matter is this firm representing the borough?
I'd be happy to talk with council at each session, since this is a legal matter.
Okay.
I'm
So
sorry.
we're making,
We already
we're making a public appointment of a firm, but we're not allowed
Select
to disclose the reason why we're making the appointment.
No, what's the one after? No, thank you.
Correct?
It's a
Sandy?
labor matter.
Okay.
Motion made, seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it. Go ahead, you wanna do yours? Go ahead.
Yeah, Madam President, I'd like to make a motion to make Possenti Associates LLS as the third-party commercial inspector for the Borough of Eddystone.
I'll second it.
Motion made and seconded to appoint Possenti Associates LLC as the code enforcement for commercial, third party, code enforcement for commercial. All in favor?
Madam President, just a quick question, which firm is currently providing that function for the borough?
I believe it's Lisa, correct?
Is there any particular reason why the borough is making a change to no longer utilize the services of Catania Engineering and going with?
No, Lisa doesn't do it.
I don't have code enforcement. I have the third-party UCC for the commercial and industrial. We do the plan reviews.
You do the plan reviews for,
buildings, like for example.
you just do the review though, you don't do the inspections, correct?
No, they do.
We do the
Sorry to
inspections
interrupt.
as well.
The inspections, I have the commercial plumbing and mechanical, but, who's the guy that does the ADA?
Jeff Ryan.
Jeff
has-
Gentile, I've been on many jobs with him. Jeff did the code enforcement inspection for accessibility and things
Well,
like
he's not
that.
gonna, that's not code enforcement. It's make sure that everybody's on the same, that's a UCC function and not a code enforcement function.
Were there bids taken for that?
No.
No bids.
There's a motion,
What is the scope of services that Possenti's gonna provide? Is the scope of services that Possenti's gonna provide overlap the scope of services that's already being performed by Catania?
possibly.
That would be paying for it twice.
Excuse me?
I think you should probably table this and figure out exactly.
Yeah, we'll table it, you want to table it for next month?
I think it's a good idea.
Okay.
I would like to see a proposal at least presented that, you know, what is the scope of services that's gonna be performed? What qualifications does the firm have to provide those services, and what individuals and the certifications that those individuals have?
Okay, that's fine, we'll table it for next month. Is okay, Stan?
Yeah, that's fine by me.
And then as always, price, you know, what's the fee schedule?
I don't know, we don't have one now.
Yeah, we don't have one now, so.
Well, then you don't know what to pay for it.
Okay, I do have one other thing here, I have in front of me. Ladies and gentlemen, on January 3rd, 2019, I will start my 45th year in law enforcement in Delaware County, and I have enjoyed every minute of it. The time marches on, and in today's society, police patrol work is a young man's calling. Therefore, as of this meeting, I will be retiring from police patrol in the Eddystone Police Department. Thank you for allowing me to serve the citizens of Eddystone for the last 11 years. It has been my pleasure. Respectfully yours, Richard Holmes. Hey, could you make sure that you tell Rich that we appreciate all his years of service?
I'll be speaking to him on, actually, tomorrow morning he'll be coming.
He's still gonna do work for us though, correct?
Yeah, he's gonna help us out with a camera system and help us out with various things.
With that reading, I would like to have a motion to accept Mr. Holmes' resignation.
Madam President, I'd like to motion to accept the resignation of Richard Holmes.
Motion made and seconded.
Madam President, with your permission, can we have the meeting minutes reflect his retirement as opposed to his resignation? I think it would serve
Sure.
the same purpose, it's just a little
lot
bit more,
nicer, I
yes.
agree.
Sure. You fix that, Mark? So there's been a motion made and seconded to accept Mr. Holmes' retirement letter.
Thank you.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it. Round table. Chief,
I'm good.
Mayor,
Good.
Junior Councilman,
Well, good for you.
you're good for tonight?
Everything's good down at Lighthouse Hall. It was taken care of today by Horizon, the bathrooms in the back, men's and ladies' room. Thanks to Bill, he took care of everything down at the area of the bar. And the heater's still working at the Lighthouse, so it's good. Just to let you know.
Good job, guys.
Good job, thank you. Ms. Buckles?
I just wanted to, thank Pastor Thomas and, Eddystone United Methodist Church for, inviting us yesterday. It's a really nice service. It's a great little church, so if there's somewhere you're looking to go, head up there. And then, Casey, is still looking for volunteers at Lighthouse Hall. Unfortunately, there has not been a lot, of people signing up, so, we need people to volunteer. Without people volunteering, we're not gonna be able to have teams, brought back to Eddystone, and that's a goal that Casey's looking to do, so, for her to do that, she needs help.
She also said if you can't make it for the sign-ups, that you can send her your information and what age group you're interested in coaching. So, if anyone can't make it to the sign-ups, please just feel free to reach out to her. Or one of us, and we can help you get in touch.
Is it a lack of coaches or a lack of children?
Lack of coach.
Coaches. at the
Okay,
moment.
so, but there's been a good response for the
We
children?
gotta get the coaches before we can get the kids.
Good.
Yeah, so there has not been a sign up for children yet, because
Okay.
we don't have the coaches yet.
Okay,
So back in the day when we had basketball, there were, how many
A
kids
lot.
are there?
There was a lot.
is this just a basketball program that she's doing?
No, actually Casey is looking for, softball, baseball right now.
Oh,
Because of
okay,
the season.
okay.
That we're going into, so, but eventually we're gonna do basketball as well.
Biggest problem is if you don't get the coaches, they can't get all the age groups either.
And you know, I'm up here every month begging for help, for rec center, for anything, so, unfortunately,
Well, people have a lot to say, but nobody wants to volunteer.
without the help, we can't go any further, so. But, yeah, so, please, if you have an extra couple hours, one night a week, it doesn't even matter, you know, if you're able to do it, please get in touch with Casey or one of us.
Can you let Casey know that if they have a lack, that I would be willing to step in, even though I don't have a child that's participating?
Yeah.
For any age, any age
I
that
know,
needs
you
filling.
have,
Lots of
coached.
experience.
Yeah, that's definitely. And, that's it right now. Oh, we're gonna start planning, we actually have already, we started planning the Memorial Day Parade. Feel free to volunteer, shoot me an email, give me a call, if you have any ideas, you have contacts, we're more than willing to take any information you have, so, just keep that in mind as well. And that's it.
Thank you, Carol. Mr. Bolton? Ms. Hall?
I would just like to first thank the church also. It was a very nice service. It was a little difficult for my family and myself, but it was a very nice service. And I do agree with Kelly that the church is a very nice church. The people there are very caring about our town and our community. So if you are looking for a church, they're a good one. Check them out. They have mass at 10 o'clock on Sundays. And it's like being at a friend's house.
Yeah.
It really
Yeah,
is.
it was.
And then lastly, I once again just wanted to thank the kindness and generosity that's been shown to my family during this time.
Thank you.
That is all.
Mr. Stewart?
Madam President, just a few things. I'm assuming the planning commission is going to be meeting in January. I don't see that listed as an upcoming meeting or event, but I believe that the commission had committed to meet on the fourth Monday of every month. And
Double check that, Mark.
it was advertised that way, I believe, in the Daily Times.
Mark will double check that for us.
Mr. Knowles, I apologize if I put you on the spot, but I know that the borough owes you a check in the amount of $200. Have you received a refund from the borough yet? Mr. Gaffney, just to kind of give you a little back history on Mr. Knowles, was a volunteer for the beautification committee. And during his part of that volunteer process, was so moved to provide a donation to the borough in the amount of $200. And a few months back, President Reeves had relieved him from his volunteer position and had made a public statement that he would receive a refund of the $200 donation. So if, we can make sure that we provide him his money back.
Thank you, Tom.
And then, Madam President, currently with the EMS, we're doing what schedule?
Andy is handling the schedule.
Andy's handling the schedule. What hours of operation is the EMS in service?
Andy, Mr. Stewart would like to ask you a question.
The hours are 8 to 6.
Monday through Friday,
Saturday
Saturday
a week.
through Sunday through Saturday, so it's a 7-day-a-week, 8 through 6.
And
Madam
when,
President, I believe a few months ago, didn't you agree that you were gonna form like a task force?
Oh, we did.
Okay, you have performed a task force?
Yes.
It's Mr. Walsh and Mr. Bill DiDamatteo, President, Mr. Bolton, and Ms. Buckus.
Can you give me an update of what, the task force has done to date, what meetings you've had, what discussions you've had, how we're trying to move the EMS services forward for the
Right
borough?
now, we're not gonna discuss anything with the EMS. She told you that, though.
So there is,
Stop
so
pushing it.
is there no meetings that's being had right now?
We've had one meeting.
You had one meeting,
And we were gonna hire more EMTs, and that's all on hold.
that's all on hold. Okay. Lastly, Mandy, just, my condolences on your loss.
Thank you.
That's all.
All I have, we have upcoming meetings. February 4th is a workshop meeting at 7 PM. February 11th is a council meeting. Prior to the council meeting, there will be an executive meeting at 6 PM. Andy, I'm sorry for your loss, too.
Thank you.
May I have a motion to adjourn?
Madam President, I'd like to make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.